and I'm here with Karen Kolodzi and Mary Mole from the Apiary Learning Center, and we're here at the Pennsylvania State Beekeepers Association booth at the farm show, and we want to talk to you a little bit about bees. I receive several emails and several calls a month regarding the bee population and what's going on with the bees. So, Karen, maybe you could, and Mary, maybe you could enlighten us a little bit.
Sure. Okay. As you've previously said, a lot of people are concerned about reports of declining bee population. And according to statistics, I think they've narrowed it down to more prevalent use of pesticides, just the changes in the landscape, which cause like they suffer from poor nutrition because they don't have the nutritional sources that they used to have at one time. Another thing, the lack of good nutrition puts them at risk for being susceptible to certain pathogens and also pests. So basically you can sum it up to the 4 Ps, which is pesticides, pathogens, pests, and poor nutrition.
Now, somebody like myself, in Carbon County is a very rural county. We do have a lot of bees that come around with our flowers. What can the average citizen, the average resident, maybe not somebody that has a farm or isn't doing beekeeping, but what can we do to help out the bees?
Sure. So one of that is plant bee-friendly, native pollinators. So if you have plants that have been bred so that they're not producing pollen or strong nectar, that makes for the poor nutrition for the bees. If you're heavy use on pesticides, that's going to really create a difficulty for the bees. It's going to poison the bees. So if people have water sources, if they go more with native plants, if they aren't meticulous about keeping the yards clean and give some native safe places for the bees to hide, then that's going to create a better bee-friendly environment.
Now, if somebody would maybe have a piece of property and they find a large beehive there, and maybe it's in an area where they're skeptical of wanting to have that, there is obviously some folks are paranoid of bees, or very, well, I wouldn't say paranoid, but very concerned because there are a lot of folks that are allergic to bee stings. Who could they contact? So say they find a beehive, maybe they go away for a couple days or come back and they find a beehive. Would it be something they could contact your association to have that hive removed and place somewhere that would be more suitable?
Absolutely. There are actually people more than willing
free bees.
to remove the bees for them.
Right.
I would say contact the local, I'm trying to think who you would go through. If you go to your local maybe county.
Right.
Like a Penn State Extension could help out. Okay. Yeah, we had spoke to them a little bit earlier today.
And then they will help you to determine, is it honeybees? Do you have wasps? Do you have yellow jackets? Because sometimes people just see a swarm of bees and they panic. And there's a big difference between honeybees and wasps or really stinging insects. Yeah.
Well, as you can see, these bee displays here at the farm show are very popular with the youngsters and everybody alike. So, but now, if somebody wanted to contact your association and get involved with the Pennsylvania Beekeepers Association, how would they go about? Do you have a website or somewhere where they could get information to get involved with the beekeepers?
Yes, we do. PSBA.org. And we're also members of Capital Area Beekeepers here. It's the Dauphin, Perry, and Cumberland County areas.
Right. There's the Backyard Beekeepers Association. Nearly every county has a Beekeepers Association, and they will offer free classes. They'll offer mentoring, all sorts of resources. That's how Karen and I met. We met at a beekeeping class called the Short Course, which was a 2-day event, and we learned both background knowledge and then went out to a farm and actually learned how to work the hive. And then that puts you in touch with all sorts of resources, all the equipment that you need, how to order your bees, and how to get started. Karen had a great helper her first year because you had a swarm your first year.
Yes, I did. Yeah, it's great to meet new people, but you always want to find those people within the club that have a lot of experience, and to help bring up the other people.
Right.
Well, that's awesome, and I really commend the PA Beekeepers Association and the Apiary Learning Center for what you do to promote bees. I know it's so important talking to farmers throughout the state and throughout the country who are very concerned with this. Obviously, farmers rely on bees and pollinators, and we all do. I mean, if you look around the farm show, you look at Pennsylvania, 1 in every 7 jobs in the state of Pennsylvania has something to do with food production.
Right.
So obviously, it's one of our leading industries, and the bees are the drivers behind that. So thank you for your time today. Thank you for all that you do, and for more information, please contact the PA Beekeepers Association, and remember to the 4 Ps to keep our bee population strong. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you.